Alright guys, we are back with the first series of the semifinals. We have Ima as Blonded, and then we have 3D as The World Is Yours. It should be a lot of hype. However, I see a disgusting, nasty veil on my screen. But I also see a shice electric terrain on my screen. So this should be really interesting. There's also Regieleki into 0 ground types. So might be the first Regieleki dub of the whole thing. So we're going to see how this goes. If you guys like this OUBL tournament, let me know down in the comments below, by the way, if you would like a viewer tournament. I'm still, thinking about the public server, but it would be really awesome if we could do some kind of viewer tournament with this, and then I would broadcast either the most hype matches as the replays or the finals, semifinals, etc. So yeah, if you're interested in that, definitely comment down below. And if you like my content in general, make sure to like and subscribe. Alright, let's get started. We got Iron Bundle versus Excalibur. Matchup that hasn't been seen in ages. Alright, flip turn 1. 10%. I was gonna say that flip turn did a lot of damage, surprisingly. Oh wow, flip into backs on the scale shot. That's a great play. I was worried this backs was gonna Dragon Dance versus Iron Bundle, then what? But this is a commanding position for Ima so far. This is the very free Moonblast, but there's a Lugia, and Lugia's taking 34 from Life Orb Moonblast without multi-scale. Maybe Lugia is too much, but this is a free Pincurchin, which is a big deal. Gotta set that up, get that terrain up, maybe a Spike even. Spike would be big, low-key. I don't know what 3D would do. Probably just go Ninetales, get your Veil up. Seems like the most efficient way to approach this. They're thinking a lot though. This is very high stakes. Remember, $20 million are on the line right now. So, gotta take it very serious. Oh my god, Iron Bundle swaps in on Lugia. As it clicks recover. This is Encore. It's special booster Iron Bundle, by the way. Oh my god, it's not Encore. Ice Beam does 87% because it's Quark Drive. Jesus Christ. Okay. Zamazenta, I don't think we ever had Iron Bundle while Zamazenta was in the meta, but Zamazenta does outspeed it, for those of you that didn't know. So it is going to be able to force this out right now. Okay, Lando comes in now. And these rocks are looking quite free. Oh, maybe not, because this is like a Life Orb Za. But this could be like a Scarf Lando is what it looks like. Oh my god, makes the double to Valiant. Scouting Ice Fang, it looks like. Knocks the Light Clay off. But there's still 4 turns of Aurora Veil, which is a big deal. See what happens now. Regieleki comes in on Lugia, but Train is gone. What if this Lugia Terra grounds? There is a bundle still to keep in mind, but it beats everything with Terra Ground Combine. Okay, Thunderbolt only does 18. Activates weakness policy as it recovers. Oh, hell no. And it's Earth Power, so it probably is some kind of Terra Ground set with Calm Mind, if I had to guess. Could be Terra Poison, cover Toxics as well. Okay, Regieleki switches in on the Aeroblast. I would imagine Lugia just... Oh, I expected a Roost out there. I wonder how... This does 36 then. Not a bad amount of damage, and the goal is just to break the multi-scale for Iron Bundle. Oh my god, it clicks Terra Ground. Oh, Jesus Christ. It might just be game. 3D loading up dishonorable Lugia Cheese versus humble Electric Terrain with 0% win rate in tournaments. It is what it is. Our Blast easily KOs Lando with +3. It might just be game over. There's not really physical attacks on Ima's side, and not like you can really break through it anyways with close combat. Iron Bundle can go for a flip turn into a freeze, maybe. Just goes for raw Hydro. Does a lot of damage. Can Valiant do enough? Or Iron Moth with Energy Ball, maybe. .3D has had some very strong team selections lately for this tournament. Yeah, let's see what Ima does about it. It could be like a Terra Fight close combat Valiant. That could maybe break through the beast that is Lugia, but we're gonna pause until a move is made. Alright, so we're back, and Ima decided to bring in his Iron Valiant to click close combat. Let's see how much it does here. With Life Orb, it's doing 46. That's a lot of damage, honestly. If it was like some random Terra Fight, it actually did kill. It's pretty cool. But now Iron Moth should be able to revenge this. Can Iron Moth win the game is the question. Oh, it's Speed Booster. It is Energy Ball. It's red card Darkrai, which brings Regieleki back in, which lets him sack Pincurchin. Wait, are we about to see... Okay, I was going to say Regieleki could reverse sweep, but maybe it's up to Iron Moth to do that. Wait, this is kind of crazy. Not recovering with Lugia might have bidden 3D. Okay, Sludge Wave does kill. Is it a Specs Iron Moth? I'm not sure if Regieleki can do it. I feel like you need to... Sorry, my cat is just on my keyboard. But I feel like you could just Fiery Dance, try to boost up as much as you can. But maybe you're scared of activating Thermal Exchange on backs. Probably it. Oh my god. It just clicked Meteor Beam and Oko backs. Is this about to win? It needs a way to Oko Zama though. I don't know if that's possible. But maybe it did enough for Regieleki with Terra Blast to win this game. Depending on if it can Oko and Ninetales. Even if it doesn't, nah, it needs to Oko it. This is pretty crazy. So Ima's gonna Terra here though. So 3D has to one-shot. Maybe you click close combat, hoping for like a Terra Grass or something like that. There's no Fairy move, so it's probably not Terra Fairy. But it could be Terra Ghost for E-Speed. It could be Terra Grass for Energy Ball. Could be a lot of different things. It's pretty wild. You've never seen a Moth with the... I was gonna say you never see a Moth with special attack and speed boost, but that's completely wrong. You see those Moths all the time. Without booster energy, at least. Yeah, I'm very curious what's gonna be clicked right now. Okay, Terra Grass comes out with Sludge Wave. Did 3D read that in close combat? He did. That should be game over unless Regieleki Terra Blast can knock out Lugia at 19, which it actually might be able to do. I wonder what this Regieleki item is. Yeah, I wonder if you can go for... Oh, Terra Blast does 14% and Lugia knocks it out. Oh my god. What an insanely close game. I wonder if non-Terra Iron Moth into Terra Regieleki was the better option there. But maybe Ninetales always lives Thunderbolt, and maybe that's why he had to go for the Terra 50-50 per se. But yeah, that was a pretty hype game one. Let's see you for game two. All right, game 2 has started, and first ever Annihilate appearance, which I love to see. However, I see Water Resist Dragapult versus Palafin Rain, and I can only imagine one direction this game goes, but we'll see if anything surprises us. This is a very, very free Stealth Rock for 3D side. But first ever appearance of Annihilate, which I'm very excited to see. I really like this mod. The design, the lore, super, super sick. Let's see what happens. Okay, actually goes for the flip there. Reveals Choice Band, presumably, because it's red card, defensive Glamora. Pelipper comes in, eats the Power Gem. What? It does that? But oh wait, these T-Spikes won't stay forever with Overquill. So that's a really good call to keep Overquill on the team. Because I am assuming Annihilate is able to easily spin block versus a guy like Treads, who isn't known to be much of a breaker. I would expect Rocks or Earthquake to come out. Rocks makes sense for the gouging or the Enamorous. And then I would expect to swap into Overquill here to get rid of these T-Spikes. Big Annihilate is in though. Let's see what it does. If anything. Gotta preface with that. Alright, clicks Drain Punch. 35% makes me think it's not very attack invested. So some kind of tanky Annihilate set for sure. Okay, Palafin comes in versus Overcool. On the Drain Punch, Palafin getting dangerously low now. But that's Choice Band Jet Punch. It doesn't even need to Wave Crash, technically. You can just flip turn, you can just Liquidation, because Glamora Sack is surely coming out. And if you lock yourself into Wave Crash, Dragapult or Enamorous can come in to force you out, maybe claim a kill. You know, back in the day, Annihilates would used to be Terra Water because of things like Palafin. So I'm very curious if this is Terra Water Annihilate as well. Okay, it does actually opt to Wave Crash. So now you're locked in with T-Spikes up. This Dragapult is likely about to claim a kill. Do you just sack Overquill because you're already chipped down a lot? And you just want these T-Spikes off permanently. Goes to Treads on Draco. That Draco only did 33, so definitely not Specs. Goes to Overquill on Wisp. Okay. Interesting pivots right now, but Dragapult, are you forced out by that? No, you're not. We've also never seen an interaction between Annihilate and Raging Bull. Very cool. There's a lot of interactions here. Archaludon and Annihilate as well. Speaking of which, she's in. Leftovers. It's definitely some tanky Electro Shot, Body Press set. Annihilate reveals that it's faster, which makes sense. These arches like to be pretty slow and bulky. How does Ima stop a bulk of Annihilate right now, though? That's my question. Annihilate is such a big threat. You got Raging Bolt to maybe trade into it pretty decently. Electroshot Arch would actually 1v1 Annihilate quite easily under Rain only, though. Without Rain, it's definitely not happening. And these hazards are not getting off, so maybe you have to go Pelipper here and just forfeit the fact that you're not going to have Rain for the rest of the game. Clicks Terra Fairy Electroshot versus the bulking up Annihilate. Electroshot not under rain means you do have to take a turn to charge up. Now it goes for bulk up again. Alright, Annihilate goes for bulk up again on the E-shot. Manages to chew that pretty well, 48. But now it goes to Rage Fist, which is 56%. It's funny that Rage Fist basically cancels out every single stamina. Because every hit you have gets the defense boost. However, I don't think this Arch is a very big threat anymore. I think Dragapult, or no, Dragapult can't revenge it. You have to go Enamorous here. And this Choice Band Jet Punch is looking really, really good. So as Ima, I would probably sack... What would I sack here? I would probably just sack Pelipper. Yeah. Sack Pelipper, bring in Palafin for some Choice Band Jet Punches. Max out that mileage as much as you can. Dority's goal is essentially to stall out Rain as much as he can to set up his Gouge or set up his King Gambit. This Enamorous is 100% dropping though. It does let him bring Dragapult back in. Worth noting. However, there is kind of an awkward interaction where 3D can't Hex to kill. So Dragapult has to click Draco, which might be a free Archaludon or Archaludon. Archaludon switching into Draco and then clicking Draco into this pull on Hex. You always live Hex. Could be pretty bad. So maybe 3D has to Wisp actually, because Wisp would also set up his Gouge or his Gambit. Okay, Treads comes back in. Does click Hex because he wants to respect that. So Palafin could have actually stayed in there. It's a big deal. But now you have to bring in Overquill. No, Overquill doesn't even do anything. It's burned. You have to bring Arch back in. With Draco. This is a very interesting endgame. I'm not sure who's going to come out on top. I wonder if 3D keeps the Dragapult knowing it beats basically everything else. And then opts to sack. Or go Gambit on Draco is maybe his best play. I wonder if Ima can predict that and go for Electroshot versus Gambit. But nope. Opts to sack the Dragapult on Draco. Draco does connect, so Pult is gone. Fellas, it does look like we are going into a next game, but we'll find out very soon. Big Gouge is in. You can never disrespect this man. I wonder if there's some way to put Gouge in Palafin range. But if it's Morning Sun, is that too much of a threat? Okay, it actually goes for Earthquake, which means Palafin comes in now. And it's just gonna Wave Crash, and then it's Bolt and Rain clicking Thunder versus Gambit, and I think that's very favored for Bolt to win this endgame. We'll see. Because Gambit might just drop in one to the Thunder with booster energy. Because Wave Crash is definitely coming out. Palafin is definitely faster because this is Adamant Gouge, is my assumption. Something is about to drop. Maybe do you keep Gouge? No, because you can never lock into Outrage or Archbeat. So you have to go for Gambit and pray Gambit can outplay the Bolt, live the Thunder, and Sucker Punch outplay Clap. It's a very intense endgame. I see 3D has canceled his move. He's now rethinking his endgame. Hey, Gouge clicks Terra Dragon gets crit by Wave Crash in rain. Did that matter? Low-key, I wonder if it didn't matter. Wave Crash in rain. Just 68.3 to 80.6. That's insane. Oh my god, it's coming down to Thunderclap mind games now. The thing is, 3D can actually heal out of range of Thunderclap, I think. Okay, no, he just goes for the Volt Switch instantly, knocks him out. That was Palafin in rain, guys. It's insane that it's actually a roll to knock out gouging. I'm surprised it's not Thunder. But I guess it makes sense. You have Thunderclap and Volt Switch. You're not gonna be Draco last, so you have to respect that. Our game 3 has finally started. We're looking at some kind of modern Lando hat offense, except it has Iron Bundle and Gouge. On 3D side, it looks like some kind of momentum-based team. 6 mons all have some form of momentum. U-turn, flip turn, Volt Switch, U-turn, parting shot, Volt Switch. This actually looks like a dream matchup for Regieleki, because you just need the Terra to knock out the Lando and then kind of chilling for the rest of the game. Petch also looks pretty good. The only switch is Iron Moth, which you can just parting shot on, bring Palafin in for some big damage, so should be a really exciting one. I would guess it's Assault Vest Crown on this team, which is matching up very well into Hat, into Iron Bundle. A lot of interactions between Pokemon that we've never seen before right now, such as Palafin Gouge, or I guess we saw it last game. Palafin Bundle, or no, we see Palafin Bundle all the time, but I'm thinking like Iron Crown versus Bundle. Yeah, because this is a great turn 1 for 3D. This Volt Switch will OHKO Bundle with ease, while eating the Hydro Pump very easily, assuming even if it's specs, because this bundle not being specs means that it's never killing Iron Crown. So Iron Crown's a fantastic lead. You can even just Tachyon Cutter, because there's really no switching for that anyways. I think this is the most the opponents have ever thought in the OUBL tournament. But it's nice to see high-level players trying to get through to each other. Expose the weaknesses, the cracks. Alright, so Bundle does go for Hydro Pump and gets OHKO'd by Tachyon Cutter with ease. That's definitely AV, only taking 39. So it's off to a very strong start for 3D. Now it's Lando's turn to come in. At this point, I would just Tachyon again. Yeah, like you get rocks up, but I'm knocking out 2 Pokemon for only 39% of my health. And this is still AV, so it's like Gouge comes in or Iron Mouth comes in. I don't think you actually knock out Crown right now. Wow, click Psychic Noise, expecting Iron Moth to come in and gets the crit. 3D is on a tear right now. Now it's Zamazenta's turn to come in, threatening an OHKO with close combat, but Petrunt is here to be annoying and do Petron things. And this looks basically unwinnable at this point. Alright, Lando on Petch. Looking to dodge a poison. Does happen. Pedge has to switch out Respect Earth Power, so it's a free U-turn for Aima. He really needs to set this Gouge up. And I guess we haven't really seen Gouge and Petron interactions either. Okay, goes Hat on the pull. This is a pretty free U-turn to Iron Crown though, because AV means you eat the Mystical Fire. Nice Nuzzle though, so now you sack Lando and you start to set up Gouge, it looks like. Can Gouge do it all? I think not, but we're about to find out. Gouge with attack booster comes in. Is it some crazy set that can set up versus Landors? We're about to find out. Like, Terra Dragon Gouge would actually be kind of insane here. It is Terra Ground, though. Okay, Earthquake reveals it's not really bulky. I think that did too much. Is U-turn coming out, though? I don't like that Morning Sun, though. Yeah, because now Palafin gets set up. You have the Dragon Nets again. And Palafin should just be able to Oko you if it's Choice Band. But maybe it doesn't. I assume after Flare Blitz / Heat Crash, Palafin is going to be in range to kill it. We'll see though. Maybe Gouge can somehow do it. I just don't think so. Heat Crash leaves at 66. Choice Band Palafin would definitely Oko, but if it's not Choice Band, it could be tricky. That being said, I think you just Terra Water. Terra Water, my wrist. Should be able to kill Gouge very easily. Alright, Palafin is in. Let's see what happens. Damn, if this was Terra Dragon Gouge, it would have actually went ballistic, but it's a tough month to pick, honestly. 3D made the right plays there, not risking a pair with the Iron Crown, just hard switch Lando, force the Terra out. Recognizing its ground, you can just bring Palafin in on U-turn. So if Palafin was legal, Gouge would definitely not be banned, is what I'm jumping to. Alright, Palafin does Terra Water, does Jet Punch for 54 versus Hat. Okay. If that's doing 54 to Zamazenta, it's doing over 100% to Gouge. So this game is completely over, even if Hat gets the Nuzzle off. Although, you should always swap out to like Regieleki or something if Hat comes in. So Palafin is one of the most used Pokemon. So is Regieleki, so is Bundle, so is Gouge, but it looks like Palafin is on top. You don't even have to risk this. You could, but I don't think you should. Alright, so Palafin does swap out, which is the correct play. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Hat with Para? Can it win this? No, Palafin definitely Okos it. But if you pair, like I was thinking, everything could be paired. You could Draining Kiss up versus Regieleki Pult. But Palafin is at 64. It's too much, it's too much. Alright, Malignant Chain comes out. Just 68 versus Hat. That's a ridiculous amount. But I'm pretty sure Jet Punch is always going to kill you, no matter what. We'll see. Like, I would go Regieleki here, just spam Terra Blast or something. Because you always outspeed the Gouge. but I don't think it matters. Palafin come back in. It's gonna live the earthquake anyways, and I think Jet Punch will just kill it. Yeah, clean one shot from Choiceman Palafin. GG's, 3D takes it. We're gonna go into the player interview very shortly. All right, we have the very first finalist of the 200,000 million tournament OUBL.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
It went up.
yeah, we got some donations, so it's going up.
Oh shit!
But that was an insane series. I'm not gonna lie.
That was crazy, right? Everything was so
Every
close.
game was so close and so weird. This Palafin was so stupid though. Yeah, Lugia, I was like, oh my god, it's eating everything up. It took.
I should have roosted. I should have roost spammed on the Valiant, but I was scared of Encore, but Encore was fine because I get back up to full.
That's what I was thinking. But then you got the close combat CC.
Oh my god,
Terra.
yeah.
I was like, it has to be grass. Like it could be ghost, but it's very unlikely because the only stab that makes sense for him besides his normal types is grass because energy ball. Yeah. So that was pretty crazy. I guess just a quick question, like, how did you feel about your OUBLs, and what scared you the most on IMA's side?
So, the first game with the Veil, I knew I was gonna, like, I knew it would be too much. Like, Baxcalibur plus Lugia, I was like, there's no way that any offense is gonna be able to beat this. Because Lugia is just so broken, and then I was like,
Lugia's so cheap.
Bro, it took 20, it took 18 from T-Fold.
Yeah, I was like, oh, hell no. Yo, something people don't realize probably is Zamazenta, because they were never together with Iron Bundle, but Zamazenta outspeeding Iron Bundle is a big deal. Because without Zamazenta, you were kind of fried by Bundle. That shit was special tag booster. It's going crazy.
Yeah, the fucking special, holy shit. But I was like, fuck, I just need to get the Lugia set up. I think I played it alright. I think aside from just not roosting.
Yeah, I think everything besides that, just not roosting was probably a little silly, but besides that, I think you definitely played that correct.
Yeah, and then the game too, I was shitting bricks at the, because I brought HO, so I was so scared of the Palafin. Holy shit.
In the recording, I was like, oh my god, this Choiceman Palafin Rain is about to OHKO everything, including Dragapult. I was like, shit.
Fuck. But then I had the Spidef. I was actually like contemplating Terra Water or Terra Fairy. I went with Terra Fairy, so I could have Terra on the arc, but I was kicking myself when I didn't make it water. I was like,
yeah, I was actually thinking, I was like, dude, Annihilates back in the day, they were Terra Water because of Palafin, because you had to respect that guy. But
yeah,
but Fairy makes more sense in like a modern situation without Palafin.
Yeah, and then I was like, Annihilate's actually pretty good. I can't lie. Like the fat set, I don't think the offensive set is good.
Definitely
but
not.
The fat ass bulk up, you just eat everything, and then I paired it with Healing Wish. I was like, that's what I built around. Just Healing Wish it back up after it takes
so cheap
4 hits, and I was like, damn. So Gouge obviously broken on in both games that it was used.
Yeah, Gouge is crazy, bro. Yeah, a lot of interactions that didn't happen when Gouge was actually here. Like I feel like Petch wasn't used at all when Gouge was here, so that was interesting to see. Yeah, it wasn't used at all.
Yeah, it could. Yeah. But that shit probably dies to +1 EQ, Terra.
Honestly, yeah, with 0 defense, but with defense, I bet you eat that with ease. But yeah, this was insane, and you got to run the Palafin spin back on your own versus IMA.
I did. I actually like that team a lot. It's 6 momentum.
Yeah, that's what I noticed too. I love momentum like that, yeah.
I led with Crown because I knew he was going to respect the Palafin lead.
Oh, yeah.
And then like, bro, I didn't even expect it to OHKO. I was just like, let me get this shit, because I knew I ate it pretty easily.
This AV Crown was going stupid.
It crit the mod, but it lived anyways.
Yeah. AV Crown does eat Fire Dance for sure. All right, for the next finalist, Blunder or Nat, who do you think joins you, and who do you think is the bigger threat?
I think they're both the same amount of threat, aka not one at all. AKA the 200 million, the 200,000 million is mine.
Yes, sir.
But I think I'd rather play Blunder because I know Blunder's gonna use some offense. I don't know if Nat's gonna be as...
Nat's a little sneakier in the builder. But Blunder is one-dimensional. All that guy can do is offense.
Me and Blunder are gonna have the most honorable offense.
It's gonna be Regieleki Palafin versus Regieleki Palafin.
That's what I'm saying. I I don't know who's gonna win though. I think like this meta is fun. This meta is really fun though. I
Yeah,
think
it's crazy.
even building like I built these teams today. I was like, what's the most like broken shit that I could possibly use? And I was like, Lugia for sure. Lugia is definitely like a
Lugia
tier
is definitely
above.
ridiculous. Yeah.
And then I was like, fuck, how do I make Lugia even more broken? Fail.
Weak dispulse. It's crazy.
That shit doesn't even make sense. How did it take 18, bro?
I don't know.
In electric terrain.
Yeah. Oh
Holy
my god.
shit.
Yeah, maybe Lugia was should not be allowed.
That was a mistake. We need
It's
to,
all good.
We need to make the administrative decision to ban it for finals because this shit is fucking
Yeah,
stupid.
we can do a gentleman's agreement for the finalists.
Ban.
Lock that
Yeah.
shit down for sure. All right, well, thank you for joining, and congratulations on your victory, and we'll see you
Thank
in the
you.
finals, bro.